the president, the king of the sea.
So I'm starting my stream. And then we went to the grocery store and got groceries. And I'm here.
Did you buy your own groceries?
Yes, I bought my own groceries.
So you can say the line.
I am an adult. I make my decisions. I buy my own groceries. Hold on. Steam is being a butt muncher.
You are a 90s kid. I'm sorry, that insult is so 90s.
I'm just trying to play the game, and it's like...
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
The term butt munch is... What the hell are you singing, Dad?
Yeah, I know more of the 90s than you do.
No, but the butt munch... I know that damn insult. Because I was around when I was little. But that insult is just... That is a 90s insult. Just like everyone in the 80s used the bloody word dude.
I mean, I still use the word dude.
But you know what I mean by the 80s.
8:15, your favorite time. Or did you could you not simply resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Now I'm curious, how accurate is 8:15 p.m.? Let's use another slider to find out. It's now 8:16, so mostly accurate? You know, I could say regardless of the accuracy of the clock. Hi, Exile! I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. They're data mining me, no. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent new sliders to gather new data on you. You don't need my data? It shouldn't be too hard. Let me whip a couple new ones up.
You're late, you're in the system.
Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay, so last time we left off, I was gonna do the ending where he just gives you a bunch of random games to play that are not his. Also, would you hurry the fuck up, game?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
The fuck?
Figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Help.
Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
I saw that.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
What's with you and the French?
What Tasmania? Burn the Tasmania. You can't eat me, Twitch. The government would be fine with it.
Well, and what did they do? What's over here?
Are you Australian?
No.
Exactly.
What if I immigrate?
And you won't know. After 5 years.
I have to actually be an Australian citizen.
Yes. Then my completely agrees.
To be quite honest, I don't think either. I feel like people should just go to cons and stop with the nonsense. Let me in!
My opinion would kick Vic and I stand with Vic. There are crazies on both sides.
Here's where it all began.
There are more crazies.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
She's also
7 out of 6! I collect them! So now...
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. Whatever you say, buddy. What the
Yeah,
here?
you're the second best person I know at saying buddy.
The fuck is over here?
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
I can't watch any more of this game. It's gonna confuse me again.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
What the hell is the IFCC?
You're asking me to remember shit. I'm out.
I don't even know what the hell this is. Oh yeah, the disabled soccer. Well, so you know the disabled people
Was
World
it
Cup is.
this one?
It,
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Okay, I
Let's
don't
see,
know where
what
I'm going.
came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I think your memory's fucked. I've never been here before in my life, you Why is there a sculpture of an apple? Heard playing Subliminal again? This fucker's memory is more fucked than mine.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Damn it! I'm being forced to watch this. Oh god! Oh no! Early YouTube! Early videos! Early YouTube videos.
It looks like your video.
Hey.
That font is your video.
You're not. The fuck is over?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Can I leave? I've been shanghaied.
The unlawful combination of man and kangaroo.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Nope. Damn it, they're the same.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye,
is the camera on
Mademoiselle.
me? Like, do I have it?
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Help.
Let's just go
Help.
backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that
Watching
feels.
that in 7 hours.
Help. Help.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
I'm being forced to collect these.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Please don't. Fuck!
Yes, I love that video.
And here's a place I don't remember the fuck being.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It is like bubblegum pink now.
My dad is out of his mind.
Why?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting
I
them.
didn't deny
I'm very
me not
glad
being
we resisted
insane.
the
I just forgot how
temptation.
insane he
Next
is.
one.
Hey, great. Shut up. Hey, we're great to shut up. They just probably thinking my family is
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
Let me
The
out.
past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Collectibles. Is it the jump circle? Do I have more jumps?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then.
I want to jump.
The time
I wanna
does
jump.
put a rosy
Let me
filter
jump,
on
let me
everything.
jump, let me
In
jump.
fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now.
You're like a
Look how much
5-year-old
fun
who's
the past
told to
is.
stand
I
still
want
before
more.
they start
More
doing
memories.
jumping.
Are you gonna make me walk back to my...
Oh, yes! The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful
This
companion,
is the narrator's
even if he
therapy
was a
session.
fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Help. I'm in this fucker's therapy session.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We're skipping that? I know this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I missed nothing.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait. Ooh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
But
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
You can kind of
There's someone you've been
yourself.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No thanks.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I won't let you stop me.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Y'all had a whole, 8 years to fill this in.
Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Y'all had
Help
a
me here,
whole
Stanley. Help
8 years.
elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third
fillet
door?
yourself.
Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And
where's the skip button when I need it?
I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Cool.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh!
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
I'm a park ranger, yes, you fuckhead.
What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
There's this game that's like a freaking horror game.
Oh no, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Fuck no!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful.
Rocket League.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Can I move it? Yeah!
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
That's what she said.
I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more.
Whee!
What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
The end is never, the end is loading.
Yes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Taking the bucket.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bye.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh no. We're about to do
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I feel like this is the developers going,
we need
here,
to get rid of the bucket.
You want...
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I'm sorry, Companion Cube.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh, I realized you cannot destroy the bucket. I tried.
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay. So you cannot destroy the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna follow.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
something.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm only following your instructions so I can get where I want to be.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Congo music! That's what music! This is shuddering. Does it matter? It doesn't do anything. Hold on. You in the game again.
You like the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I want to try something.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping up.
You are now leaving. Just get some cardio in. $7.58. I just wonder if this is any different with the bucket. Escape pod bay. You stick the...
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
The bucket is gone. The bucket is completely gone. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
There's like 50 doors here.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it, this is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The
Really?
story. Here it comes.
I've been feeling better since I've
No,
actually
wait,
eaten
never
like,
mind.
fruits
Not
and
the story.
vegetables lately.
Okay, let's head back the
Yeah,
other
you really
way
had
and
nutrition
retrace
problem.
our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Eggs. You don't
Some
actually
people
have to
win
put
fair and
anything
square,
in
and this was not one of those
But they had
situations.
to put eggs and milk
Okay,
in the
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time.
Because
I
then it
have to
doesn't feel
restart.
unofficial. People will think it's is the actual stuff. Marketing stuff.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we
Stanley
don't get
Parable
lost,
2.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is
This is
that?
2. Where is it taking me?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Remembering the fern. Got it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
You know what, Stanley?
Anymore.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
That works.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
It's 18 degrees.
How much?
It's 18 degrees.
What? Fahrenheit?
Oh.
What would you do if it was 18? If it was below freezing?
64 degrees, and my hip doesn't like it.
Means that our destination.
My hip is cold.
Story of a Stan.
What?
Settings World Champion, got that. But anyway.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This responds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes...
Hold on. That's better.
Then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
The field of view is too high for me.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confused ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Life is
I
about
hope
the
that's
journey
where
and not
we
the
are
destination.
right now.
I feel like it's both.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Replacement
Perhaps
bucket?
he simply missed a memo.
So I got put back. I wonder.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
I didn't lose it. I purposely freaking fuck you.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
That'll be good. I'm gonna enter the door on my left.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where... Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Fine. Just because, hey, is it wrong for me wanting to sit in that closet and do nothing?
Upstairs to the boss's office.
So nothing happens.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
go down. I'm just trying to see what else we can do.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown
But I think
fate.
I've done...
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
How?
horrible secret! But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving convenience. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed.
Are you enjoying it?
Became withdrawn
Yes.
and neglected the cleaning.
It was...
Oh no, you got the bucket again, don't you?
Unsettled the bucket did. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could think about, was going back,
I
doing it
fell.
all over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
I fell. I didn't even mean to do that.
All of his co-workers, as Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd come into a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So I won't yeet myself into a chasm. That's what happened last time, and I didn't mean to. I ended up yeeting myself into a microcosm of just nothingness.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
No!
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
Okay, I'm not doing that. I think it's time to leave the bucket behind. Completely.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Bucket
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure.
Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you can kindly fuck off.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Has
There's
it,
someone you've been
narrator?
neglecting, Stanley.
I hate that narrator, don't you?
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
This is repeating.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want?
Oh, is it this
What are we
stuff?
looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're
No,
doing.
yeet.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Yeah, sorry.
No. No, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing you can do will stop me. And eat.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Sure, I'll give you one last look around. Also, I think I'm really hurt.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see.
Need to send Skype.
Need
Need to send
If
Skype
we leave
stuff.
this place, you can see that, can't you?
I'm gonna get the car back.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Goodbye, cruel world.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, he was so sad.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What to do, what to do.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope, we're gonna do the broom closet ending so you can then tell me, no, you can't do that.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom
Actually,
closet.
I think I'm going to end here. Thank you for watching. I think I've played all the new stuff. So
Yeah, now there's a really long ending.
what?
A really long ending.
What do you mean?
The one that takes hours upon hours.
Oh fuck no. That will never be seen. Cause I'll never do it.
Okay, what if you get to 1,000? If you get to 1K followers?
If I ever get to 1K followers, I will attempt it once.
And if you get the part that you actually have to do it.
Spend the whole stream just going.
Then you fail right at the end. You have to start over again if you get the partner.
I think this was fun. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.